Ooh, I'm so excited for you. Oh my goodness, Sagittarius. I am so excited for you. You've got so many things going on this month. And I'm not just talking about the physical, but those things that you have not been able to get a grasp on. We've talked about this where you have this belief because it's a knowing, but you don't know how to explain it to people here on earth, right? Or here in this lifetime, but you know what you know to be true. So you go on this belief, right? And you work in that and you continue to work. And then before you look up, you're like, oh, well, it came true, but it was supposed to come true. Does that make sense to you guys? Like I'm seeing all this stuff. But what's about to happen to you is that those things that you knew to know to be true that you couldn't explain to other people because they weren't physical yet are about to become physical. So not only do the other people see that those things are true, but you knew and now you see. Does that make sense to you? That's why I'm excited for you. So welcome all of you new ones. Welcome you OGs. Thank you for joining me. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Cindy. I am the modern day spiritual advisor. I use multiple modalities, including tarot, astrology, mediumship, holistic life coaching, hypnotherapy, all kinds of stuff to help you on your path. So my gorgeous ones, I'm really excited for you. You have some understanding and not just like the emotional or in your brain, but it's going to be physical and in front of you so that you have this understanding. I hope that's making sense because if you're a Sagittarius and have a lot of Sagittarius in you, you'll understand what I'm talking about. But I'm hoping that I'm translating it correctly. So, what I've decided to do is I'm just going to give you the highlights about what's going on. I am going to do a more in-depth video because these videos can get long with me doing tarot and astrology into it, putting both of them in combination. So on my website at yourindigopath2.com, I'm going to have the in-depth video for purchase, download. It'll be like, I don't know yet, $3.99, $4.99, $5. I'm not sure. I got to go look at the price point. So I'll be working on those this week as soon as I finish these videos. But I'm going to give you the highlights about what's going on. So we have 3 grand trines happening this month. 3. That is a big shift that everybody's going to be happening in their life. Okay. Grand trines are about divinely guided gifts that were meant to be on your path, which means you didn't have to put energy into it. You don't have to make a decision about it. You didn't have to work for it. These are just gifts that were supposed to be on your path because it's the path you're trying to experience, right? So you have a grand water trine coming. You have a grand earth trine coming, and you have a grand fire trine coming. We all do. Now it'll be activated in different houses for different signs. And for those of you, it's not just your sun and your moon and your ascending, like it could be all 3. So you're going to get gifts in 3 different areas or in 3 different ways, but it could be more than just 3 gifts, right? So the grand water trine is going to be a gift that's going to be given to you that is going to emotionally fulfill you. And for some of you, I feel like it's this belief that you've had that's going to come true. Okay? It's going to emotionally fulfill you. Now you have a grand earth trine. Earth likes physical, tactile, sensual, security, stability. So you're going to receive a gift for that's going to come in that sort of characteristic. And it depends on your life and it depends on your houses. And that's why I'm going to do that other video on my website. And then you're going to have your grand fire trine, which is you, a fire sign, something that you have been passionate about, something that's going to cause you passion. It's not something you've been passionate about because you don't have to work for this. It's something that's going to cause you passion, that's going to fulfill you passionately, something that only you know, your true heart knows, right? It's going to be a gift coming in that way. Then we have Uranus. Uranus is moving from Aries, it's moving into Taurus. It's going to be behaving very differently in Taurus than it has in Aries. I am going to do a Uranus video series on my website. I'm going to explain the different ways because we're coming into a different time. Uranus behaving in Aries is very different energy than the way it's going to behave in Taurus. In Taurus, it wants security. It wants stability. It wants financial security. It wants to feel the tactile. It wants opulence. It wants physicalness around it, right? And so, whatever's going on for you in that house, that's the way it's going to be behaving for the next 8 years. So, it's going to move into Taurus in May. It's going to be there till 2026. It will retrograde into Aries in November 26, 2018 till March 26, 2019. So it'll be retrograde into Aries there. But when it retrogrades are about amending, revising, editing, completions, right? So maybe these things that you already worked on in this house, when it retrogrades, maybe you actually complete them, end them, finish them, or maybe you rework them. So again, Uranus is that Uranus rules astrology, new technology, the metaphysics, the spiritual, the innovation. Uranus likes to shock and awe, but it likes to do it so that it can liberate you, right? So that it can get you to where you want to be. So, again, I'll have a video explaining all of that. So we have that new moon in Taurus. Then we're going to have your full moon in Sagittarius. So new moons are about new beginnings, new starts, your fate, your destiny, things coming in. We have that coming in. It's going to be behaving in a Taurian way because it's a Taurus new moon. Sorry, it's a Taurus new moon. So in new moons, I have 2 videos about full moon and new moon and how to use that energy. New moons are like, what am I going to be doing in the next 30 days? What do I see? What goals do I want? How do I see myself? How do I see my life? How do I see my world, right? That's the new moon energy, new beginnings. Then you have the full moon in Sagittarius. This, to me, guys, is about your belief and understanding, and these things that you knew to be true but you couldn't really explain to people are going to become physical. You're going to get gifts. People are coming into your life. Money's coming into your life. Situations are coming into your life, like good stuff that you've been wanting, that you were like, I'm working. And I'm not crying and I'm not like waiting for it. I'm working. And then like right now is the time. In May, June, July, August for you guys, it's like time for these things to be unfolding, coming true. And then you're like, yep, I knew it. I didn't know how to explain it to people, but I knew it. So congratulations. So we have that first grand trine, that Earth grand trine. So let's look at, I have so many things I want to tell you, but I don't want to make this too long. So on the 13th, let me move this to the 13th. Sorry, because I'm going to have to switch screens. So on the 13th, I mean, stuff is already happening. As you can see, we have this trine. This trine is different than a grand trine. A trine is an opportunity that comes in, but you have to take the action. You have to make the decision. You have to put some energy into it when that opportunity comes, right? A sextile makes it harder. It's like you take action. It's opportunity, but you actually see it, okay? That's the difference between a trine, a sextile, and then a grand trine. You don't have to do anything for it. It just comes in. It's on your path. It's what it's supposed to be. So you have this trine here with Jupiter and Neptune. This is your connection to source, your connection to your higher self, your connection to your guides, your connection to other realms, your connection to your loved ones. Like this right now, this is your 12th house stuff. You've had Jupiter in your 12th house, making you go deep, but you can't figure it out. Like you're like, I'm growing, I'm trying to understand. And so you just keep doing the work. Like you don't get frustrated. You sort of just keep doing the work. You have Neptune over here. Neptune is in your 4th house. 1, 2, 3, 4. Your 4th house is about your DNA, where you've come from in your past life, where you come from, your lineage, where you've come from with your siblings, where you've come from, right? Why you are the way that you are. This is that 4th house stuff. Neptune wants to dissolve identities, right? So with Neptune and Jupiter the guru, Jupiter the teacher, really you're like been trying to figure this out, but you haven't like frustrated yourself. You just keep doing the work. That's what I'm seeing, is that you just keep doing the work, you keep doing the work. With this trine, there's going to be situations or people or money or things coming in to help explain and clear this up for you, okay? having to do with you, who you are, understanding your home is where your heart is, understanding you're okay doing it on your own, understanding that you can do it on your own, understanding that even though you've worked hard, there are things that are coming on your path, and there are things that there are gifts, there are lovers, there are like lifetime relationships coming on your path because it was meant to be. You didn't have to work for it. You didn't have to, grind for it. You didn't have to like believe it. It was just going to come. And I think that's where you get that, like, I'm working for it because I'm supposed to put energy in it, but I'm not going to worry about it because I already know that it's true. Right. And that's what sometimes people may see you on the outside and think, oh, well, they're being lethargic or they're not working hard enough. And that's not true. It's because you have this, you don't have this angst about it. You have this sort of, I know what I know, what I know, and it's going to be true because it's already true. It's just about the unfolding. Does that make sense? I'm hoping I'm explaining this right because I know some of you Sagittarius are going to understand, but others of you are still trying to get through this understanding. So I'll try not to go too deep. So on the 13th, you have this trine. So there's going to be an opportunity for this understanding. Okay. So I will say this, you have your 12th house, you have your second house of financial security, your second house of your worth. It is lit up. You're having to work very hard in it. You don't mind working hard. As long as you have a focus and understanding, you don't even need to understand because you already understand. As long as you have a focus, you get determined. And so Saturn's been in there and you've been working really hard on valuing you, on acquiring the things that you want. Because so often, Sagittarius, we understand like the bigger picture. And so, yeah, we want the new car, and yeah, we want the new house, and yeah, we want to be able to travel, but we understand that there are bigger things in play. And so sometimes we get sidetracked because we're like, that's important, but it's not the most important thing, right? And we understand that, everything is all of ours anyway. And so you're trying to sort of figure that out of, if I do want something, I should go after it. And that has to do with my identity. So the second house has to do with your first house, which is your identity, right? Who you are, what you want to be here, your placement in this world. And so if you want that car, if you want that house, if you want that job, if you want that money, if you want that relationship, whatever it is that you're wanting, you should go after it. You should go get it. Even though we understand the bigger picture, we came here to be part of humanity. We came here to experience like humanity does, right? So you've been really working in this house, the second house. So right now you have this trine with this understanding. That's on the 13th. I keep getting sidetracked. I'm so sorry because I have so much to say. Well, let me get right on track. I'm sorry. I said this wouldn't be a long video. So on the 15th, I'm going to try to stay on track. I'm sorry. Obviously, Spirit has a lot of messages to give you. So on the 15th, we're going to have our first grand trine. We're going to have... so the first grand trine is where Mercury. We have the new moon. And we have Mars and Pluto. So we have the new moon, Mars, and Pluto. That's your first grand trine. That is a gift coming to you, with these houses being activated on this side, right? So there's a gift, physical gift coming to you. Depending on your path, depending on where you're at, will depend on the gift, right? But whatever this is something to like put you on your path. This is something to let you know that the universe really does have your back. Let you know that Spirit's heard you. Let you know that God's heard you. Let you know that your angels have heard you. Which you kind of know, but it's nice to get the reinforcement. And that's kind of what this is for you. Okay? So on the 15th, that will happen. We have the new moon in Taurus. It's going to be behaving very Taurian. You have this grand trine that's very earthy, very physical, that's coming to you. So I'm not going to go too in depth again because I'm going to do that video. So when on the 15th also you're going to have Mercury conjunct Uranus, right? So Mercury and Uranus are having this conversation. Mercury is just now entering Taurus. Uranus is just now entering Taurus. Mercury is in there. Mercury is the processor. Uranus we've already talked about. So there's going to be some sort of inspiration when I feel like it's when you get this gift, when you get this grand trine gift, when you get this new moon of new beginnings. This tells me something big is coming in for you, like in this house, and having to do with your worth, your well-being, your physical, financial stability. This is what this is telling me. When I'm looking at these two houses, that's what I'm seeing. Okay? So, but it's going to cause you, it's like going to thrust you into, yeah, that path that you've been like search, you poor things, like this path that you've been searching for over here. This Jupiter making you work and making you think and making you go deep, and because it's in your 12th house, you're trying to complete it, but you can't. And you're like, okay, well, I'll just keep working at it, right? So this is like that supporting thing that's coming to you. So congratulations. I do have 2 videos again about the new moon and the full moon. I will leave everything I talk about either in the link in the description box down below or on the side of the video. Okay. And I've also set up this new service. So a lot of people are wanting a service of me to do a reading for them like this, where I incorporate the astrology and the tarot together. So that is now a service on my website. I will have a link up here with the icon, so you'll be able to see it. You can go order it there. All right, so on the 19th, no, I do want to talk about the 16th. So the 16th, very quickly, I'm going to be moving this. I'm sorry, I'm changing screens, so give me a second. All right, so on the 16th, we have Mars squaring Uranus. So Mars, right here, you've been working hard in this, squaring Uranus. So they're both, a square is like, it's a tough aspect because they're both trying to get you to the same place, only they're not communicating. They're both trying to be the leader. So because this is in your second house, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh house, I feel like you're going to be really, really working at this, really working on your business, really working on your relationship, really working on something, being inspired. So I feel like you could be overworking. So be careful with this because, again, Mars wants to rule and then Uranus wants to rule. So try to balance yourself. Try to make sure that you're not putting in too many late hours. You're going to want to because you're going to have the energy, but be sure to distribute your energy, okay? And be sure to remember to love yourself, Sagittarius, because you can forget that. So just remember to love yourself, okay? Also on, I didn't mention this, but on the 15th, no, I did. I'm sorry, the new moon. Okay, so we have that going on. Then on the 19th, let's move to the 19th. So on the 19th, we have 2 things going on. We have Venus moves into Cancer. I'm sorry, I got to take a drink. Hold on. My throat is getting dry. Okay. So Venus is the planet of love, luck, and money. It is going to bring you love, luck, and money in this area. So we have, this is your 12th, 11th, 10th, 9th, 8th. The 8th house is the house of power, transformation, getting your power back, and other people's money. So this could be happening in very different ways for very different Sagittarius. You could have money coming in from a grant, a loan, maybe a bank. You could have love coming in. You could have love coming in if you've been working on it. Venus wants to bless you in this house, and it's going to be working like Cancer. Cancer's the home. Cancer's the nurture. Cancer. So if it's time, Sagittarius, you could be having a love interest come in this house. I see that for some of you. But the second thing, and the reason I'm saying this, you could also have inheritance. Definitely inheritance. Or an insurance policy or something. Yeah, I'm seeing that too. Okay, but the second thing that I'm seeing is we have our second grand trine. This is a water grand trine. So this is some gift that is brought to you on your path, divinely guided, so that it fulfills you emotionally. So whatever this is, brings you joy, brings you happiness, brings you elation, brings you peace, brings you restfulness. These things that you hadn't been able to, attain because this 12th house, you've been like, what's going on? And why can't I have it? And I thought I was doing it right. And then you're like, well, I know it'll come eventually, so I'm just going to keep working, right? So it looks like these things are going to actually manifest for you. This is all about manifestation for you. And I'm not just seeing financial security. I'm seeing a person coming in for you. I'm seeing a friend. I'm seeing new family members. I'm seeing, like, it's time, Sagittarius, for you to smile again. I'm not talking about the smiling that you do to everybody because everybody thinks you're happy. That's not what I'm talking about. Because my moon is Sagittarius. I know what you're talking. I know what you do. I'm talking about that real joy, not the joy of others, but the joy for you. Like really being at peace. It's time, Sagittarius. You've been working so hard. It's time. So congratulations. Now, on the 20th, look, I'm trying to stay on topic. I'm trying. See, I want to make these light, like not so long because I know it's a long video on YouTube, but I can't help it. Okay, on the 20th, we have the sun entering Gemini. All right, so this is your 7th house, right? So if you didn't have somebody come in already, you're going to have somebody come in. Like a lot of you. Y'all are being stubborn, some of you. I can see you being stubborn. You're like, nope, not yet. Nope, not yet. Okay, well, let me say this. You have the sun moving into Gemini. Gemini's the researcher. Gemini sees all sides. Gemini lets go of things. Gemini is happy and light. And when the sun comes in here in your 7th house, it's about clarity for you. It's about, why don't I have somebody? Why don't I want somebody? What am I really doing? I'm taking a look at my life, and you know what? My boundaries are good. My people are good. The friends I have are real good. The family members I have are real good. The job I have is really good. Like, I can see that, and you're like, but there's some things missing, and what do I want? What do I not want? I kind of see some clarity coming in that. Again, when the sun shines in there, I don't know, for a lot of you, I'm seeing a partner come in. I was seeing that with Capricorn, and they're going to have that true mate come in this year, but I'm seeing, like, I don't know if it's because my moon is in Sagittarius. The spirit was being a little sneaky and not showing me this until now. So I'm seeing partners come in. I'm seeing something very, very nice come in. And I don't mean just your love life. I mean like your family, a friend. I'm seeing you being emotionally fulfilled, but not just because your emotions are fulfilled, but because physically you have what you want around you. Okay? So congratulations. Now, is this the 25th that I'm talking about? So the 25th, that was the 20th, sorry. So on the 25th, we have this Jupiter trining Neptune. And for you guys, I'm telling you, this is the connection between you and spirit, you and the other realms. Something's going on where you're going to be very intuitive. You're going to have an understanding. You're going to know what's going on. And I don't feel like it's just because of the connection, because you always have the connection. I feel like it's a physical manifestation of what you knew to be true in your head and in your heart and in your soul. And when I tell you guys it's all about the unfolding, that's what you were doing. You were just thinking, it's just all about coming true. Like, it's all about making it physical and the unfolding. And that's kind of like you're at that point where it's unfolding. The physical manifestations is what I see. But I see that you're very intuitive here. This is about your intuition. This is about your connection. This is about your knowing. I don't know how to explain it better than, I know what I know to be true, and now I actually see it in the physical. I hope that makes sense to you guys. So, last thing, on the 29th, this is when we have our 3rd grand trine, and this is a fire grand trine, so this is when you'll be most affected. So we have this fire grand trine. So the fire grand trine is the moon in your sign, which is the full moon. The full moon is about completion. So something is going to be completed, letting go, understanding, right? So there's completions going on for this. But the grand trine is about this full moon in your sign. And then Chiron and Aries. Let me look over here, sorry. So Chiron and Aries. Understanding, if you want to know about Chiron and how that energy works, I have a video. Again, I'll put it either down below or on the side here at the end of this video. So Chiron, there is this grand trine, this gift coming to you for working in Chiron, for working in your full moon. And then you have the North Node in Leo. So this North Node, this Chiron, and this full moon is about completions, about understanding your placement, about and this North Node is in your 12th, 11th, 10th, ninth. When it's about understanding for you. The ninth house is your house. It's the belief system. It's the bringing the unknown to the known. It's the guru. It's the teacher, right? It's the expansion of things. So something is coming to you that is going to fulfill you passionately. And that's as general as I can get with everybody understanding, because it's a different gift for everybody. It depends on your path. I'm also seeing right here the sextile. The sextile with this is your 7th house and your 9th house. There is something in your beliefs. I'm telling y'all, I haven't seen this so clearly for everybody. Somebody's coming either to help you, either to make peace with you, or either to come be your partner for life. I don't know what this is, but I'm seeing strong relationship bonding forward coming for you guys. I'm really excited for you. You have some beautiful gifts. Let's talk about your tarot reading. I'm really excited for you guys. Wow. It's about time, Sagittarius. And y'all are so sweet. You just don't complain. You're just so sweet. Okay. Don't ask me how I got this cursor to work on here, but I did. Because I'm Sag like you sometimes. Like, I don't know how we do it. We just do it. All right. So, and this is the thing, Sagittarius. If y'all want to know what I'm talking about, you can go to Scorpio video and listen. I've been in my Sag side lately, and that was not. I don't even know how to explain that, because I was really blunt for some people. I wasn't in my Aqua side. I was in my Sag side. Sorry. I mean, it happens. Honestly, it's supposed to be what it's supposed to be, and you understand that. All right, so this is your first position. Look at you. I am so excited for you. This is your first position in May. You have the Death card. This is your house. This is your card, Sagittarius. Transformation. Getting your power back. Out with the old, in with the new. You're going into a new phase, and I think you see that. I think things have been coming in. I think that you had the understanding, you got focused, you did what you had to, you continue to do what you had to, because in the past I see where some of you had done some things and then you kind of stop because, I don't know, we get sidetracked, right? Because we're like, well, it's going to come in eventually, right? That's like a double-edged sword of knowing what you know to be true. It's like, well, I know it's going to come in, but the thing is that we can kind of make it faster if we put energy into it. We just kind of forget sometimes. Anyway, so you are at that place right now where your life is transforming. You are understanding your power. You are no longer neglecting who you really are. You are being true to yourself and understand if somebody's going to love you, it's because they love you, not somebody that you think you have to be for that person. Whether it's your partner or a lover or a family member or your business partner or your coworkers, whoever it is, you've understood to be true to you. That's transformation. That's understanding. So that's where you are. Now, this is your challenge, Sagittarius. Again, this has to do with knowing what I know to be true, so I'm going to kind of just let it ride, right? Your challenge is to make a decision, continue to make the decisions, continue to work, continue to do, because you want to keep that energy flowing. That's your challenge. Your challenge was what I just talked about, because I know what I know to be true. I can sort of get lethargic in it. But if I continue to do the things that I'm supposed to do, if I continue to put energy into it, make the decisions, don't overthink it, don't judge myself too harshly, don't do any of that. When I can do that, things will go faster. Things will continue to unravel or unfold for you, okay? So there is a decision for some of you. I'm seeing that there is one decision that you guys really have to make. That's not everybody, but I am seeing that for a small sect. Yeah. And again, it's because you have that heart. It's like, I don't want to hurt anybody. But sometimes you have to be true to you. Well, no, always you have to be true to you. And sometimes when you think you're helping somebody by holding that space or by making or by doing things that you don't want to do, you may be holding them back from their abundance as well. I hope that makes sense, because I'm seeing that you may not want to make this decision because you don't want to hurt somebody, but you're also holding that person back from growing, from doing their path. Okay? And that's just a small sect of people that I see. So that's a challenge. Continue to make your decisions. Continue to move forward. Don't judge yourself too harshly. Continue to do what you're doing. Okay? That's your challenge. Keep it moving. Keep it going. Now, this is your fate and destiny. You do have the Queen of Cups, but I don't... So your destiny, your fate is someone is coming in to help you, Sagittarius. Yeah, I see this two ways. I see this being you, as you being so connected to the universe and to this world that you're just like moving on intuition and moving on your psychic abilities and moving on like, yep, I know this is what I'm supposed to do. Yep, I know this is what I'm supposed to do. Nope, this is not what I'm supposed to do. Yep, I'm supposed to let this person go. Yep, like I see that. I see you being very understanding with people, understanding that not everybody is at the same place that you are. So that I see as part of your destiny, is being in that space of unconditional love. And Spirit's telling me it's not unconditional love to everybody else, because that you have no problem with. It's unconditional love to you. It's forgiving yourself. It's understanding you. Okay? Second thing that I'm seeing is, for some of you, there is somebody coming in to help you. And by help, I don't mean do it for you. I don't mean to financially hold you up. I don't mean to emotionally hold you up. I don't mean any of that. Physically hold you up. I mean somebody that comes into your life because you're at a space where it's time to grow in partnership with someone, whether that's in a romantic setting or with a family member or with a business partner, or maybe just collaborations. Whatever this is, or whoever this is, they intuitively get you. So it's like you can work on the same page, and they're here to help, not because they want something in return, but because they really want to help and they believe in you. They really believe in you, Sagittarius. So this is really interesting, because where you're headed is the Page of Swords. And I think this is why this Judgment is here, because you have two major arcana, then you have this Queen, and to me it's not gender specific, it's about the character, but you're moving into this page, and this page is about delayed news. And maybe that's why they're saying keep the energy moving and trust that even if it's delayed, whatever it is that you're trying to get. So even if it's taking a little longer, like even if you get these gifts and it starts moving and something delays, don't get stuck on that. Just know that you're on the path and that it's supposed to be exactly when it's supposed to be. Okay? So for others of you, I know that you've been working, but there is this particular news that you're trying to get to, or trying to have come in. Understand that it's going to be delayed, but you are going to get it. Okay? This page, he likes to do what he wants to do. And so sometimes he comes in late. Sometimes he comes in a different way than he should have come in, right? But either way, he does his job and he brings in the news. Okay? So this is news, and he's purple. If you look at his uniform, if you look at the sky around him, this is intuitive. This is the connection. This is what it's exactly when and what it's supposed to be. So trust that you have done the work. And whenever this comes in, because this is something close to your heart, this is something that you're really wanting to control, but you know you shouldn't control because it's supposed to come in when it's supposed to come in. It's going to come in. And this is in a month. So maybe it's a little like a month and 2 weeks. Maybe it's 2 months. Whatever this is, it's exactly when it's supposed to be. All right, my gorgeous Sagittarius. I love you, love you, love you. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to go to my website. And also I forgot about the, finally we have the love you, love you, love you gear that's been in the making for 2 years, and the zodiac sign t-shirts, hats, and stuff. So go to visit my website and see if you like that stuff. See you next month. Bye.